Aquarius, how are you? Let's connect with the available energies, what the angels let us see, what message they have for you to begin this reading. It is the ideal moment, Aquarius, whether you have something in hand, are about to carry out a plan, or are developing yourself in something. It is the ideal and most convenient moment. I feel that you are connecting with something that truly motivates you. This can be taken as a beginning. It can be seen as a moment where you will feel more motivated than usual. You are also noticing that soon this idea or that project can finally get underway. It can be done. Something you have involved yourself in from a professional, work, or creative place that perhaps required planning, that required preparation, that you have put focus into, that you have put energy into, and you are in this moment precisely to show all of that, to move into action. Angels accompany you so that you also consider the continuity of all this. Because not only is this ideal moment understood as a moment for what I am telling you, but it is also something very favorable that depends on another person, right? That brings you something very favorable that depends on another person. Because it may be the ideal moment for that person to be able to approach you, to propose something important, to be able to surprise you with an invitation, to be able to bring you that job, to be able to connect you with an excellent client, or it may obviously be the ideal moment for you to be able to connect with a person of interest. It is the ideal moment for you to also see that a change that you made is giving you the result that you have expected in accordance with the change projected onto this matter. So I feel that something you've been waiting for, nothing more and nothing less than that, is happening at this moment. The day that you are watching me may be the ideal moment for this to happen. It could even be a call. It could be a communication, an agreement, a signature, something you're closing, right? An excellent deal, an ideal moment, Aquarius, a path that opens up in front of you as well, a situation that is going to challenge you. And that possibly in that challenge, you will feel very satisfied and find yourselves very comfortable. That is why, for you, it is the ideal moment. Let's see what the cards want to tell us now, Aquarius. They are always generalized readings. If you want to have a personal reading with me, you can book it through the website. The address of the website is always visible here in the video, but you also have a pinned comment if it is more convenient for you in your sign so that you can enter the page directly. Well, how impressive, because it is also the ideal moment to celebrate something. It is the ideal moment for things to change in your home, for them to change at your work, precisely that which you wanted to happen. Because it tells me here that you are ending a situation that felt quite annoying, and that was nothing more than a challenge for you. You are ending a situation that made you feel like you were in a competition, right? That made you feel like you had to be there, giving it your all for that, which was already exhausting you quite a bit. And it is also the ideal moment for you to receive that reward regarding what has been done, since you are surely also demonstrating the persistence, the responsibility, the dedication, above all this that you wanted to achieve. That's why this is also your ideal moment to enjoy this, right? You achieved it. You reached that point. And you aren't just proving to yourself that you were up to the challenge, which may have felt like a problem on your end, but you were also proving it to other people as well. Because it also feels like a situation where in some cases, you could have understood, that you were in a situation where they were pushing you to the limit, right? You had to defend yourself, stay alert, remain active, and be prepared. Because perhaps you were developing something new at work, and you had to prove you were up to it. It obviously cost you a great deal of effort to reach that specific position, and you had to constantly demonstrate that you were truly up to the challenge of everything you had clearly aspired to and perhaps even earned, depending on the situation, right? It was about proving that you possessed the necessary merit to hold your ground, validating that your hard work and dedication were finally starting to pay off for you. Perhaps another situation you earned fair and square. This is telling you it is the ideal moment to realize there is a reason you reached where you are today. You need to acknowledge that what is yours is quite obviously yours to keep and to own. Also, do not have the thought that you will always have to be defending yourself from possible attacks from the outside. Whoever has reached a 7 of Wands has done everything possible and even the impossible to do it fairly, and obviously is fully entitled to defend it, but it would not be convenient for you to be afraid of losing it. Because this can even make you remember a past situation where you understood that you won something fairly, or reached a moment of success and were attacked or you were careless and lost it, that which you had conquered. And at this moment, it is asking you to use energy in a centered and balanced way toward this that you know how to work on and know how to accommodate. And that has nothing to do with the previous situation. Whoever remained below, because the one on the peak is you, Is the problem of the person who did not know how to defend their work, did not know how to do their task well, or was not considered for that? You have a Three of Coins. Three of Coins card also tells you that it is the ideal moment for you to continue developing yourself even better. That it is also the ideal moment to be called to a group project, to be called to a work team, so that you can develop yourself with other people in something to have recognition. Because ultimately, you can also be celebrating what is a certification, the end of a career, receiving some degree for something, or having something very important, obtaining something very important that in some way I understand also gives many of you a lot of peace of mind and a lot of stability. It could be a house. It could be renting a house or buying it because it is next to the Four of Wands. The same could be signing an employment contract, having that job interview, and not only having the interview, but staying in that place working, which is a place where you and other people also somehow wanted to enter at all costs because there was competition, there was demand, there was an invitation for other people to also be somehow giving it their all to occupy that position. The one who gets it is you, so get ready. And here the 1111 is talking to you. This is a manifestation. This is something that is aligned directly with your manifest desire in what is something that arrives in your lives, in your home, as I told you, because it is celebrated in the home. There is an energy of joy, an emotion of joy that is shared with your close circle. It feels like a miracle. It feels like a miracle. So I feel that your lives are going to be a before and an after, because many are achieving a place of privilege in that company, in that team, or it can also be with a person, because I told you that with the ideal moment. It may have been very difficult for you to get this far in this relationship because you have been fighting several battles regarding what a relationship is, haven't you? Beyond the fact that you might have had some ups and downs as a couple, I also feel that there is some kind of hostile environment surrounding the two of you. But you are liberating yourselves from that because there is an agreement, right? That you are going to pact between the two of you and you find the ideal moment for that communion, for that moment that is going to be for you in that place, that is going to be for you in the way that you want, right? Or want to live, or want to have your space, or want to live your relationship. So you will be celebrating for that reason as well. It could be, well, simply living together in a shared space, or perhaps it represents a deeper commitment. It might be a beautiful moment where the two of you merge and unite in such a significant way that we really have to look much further ahead than just where the relationship stands right now. We are talking about building a future, looking beyond the present, and really considering how this deep connection will evolve as you both move forward together, creating a solid foundation for the life that you are now choosing to share as a couple. But we are getting settled financially because there is a Three of Coins. We can put our things together and we can, live together, or we can think about buying something, or we can think about investing in something. Because what I feel is that there is also a life investment in common with another person who matters to you. Well, here's the Four of Coins, and it's speaking to me about economic stability. And there's the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, and there's the Four of Cups. It is that if you cannot, unfortunately, Aquarius, you cannot get distracted. You have to be on the ball. You have to be very attentive to your entire surroundings, right? Because there is a Five of Swords, and what the Five of Swords can bring are conflicts. They are external agents to your life. Like, let's understand people or situations. In this case, they are people who act in such a way that they could be harming you if you are careless, right? Because it is not that you do it. You are careless because you make a mistake, for example, and it is normal because we are human beings. But that person can use that mistake to take advantage and gain something or obtain a benefit from your mistake. But it could also be you who realizes how to have a better tactic to develop yourself better in that Seven of Wands, in the sense that you can realize how you can defend yourself, right? Using energy from the inside out, not from the outside in. You react in view of what they do to you, and you do not react from what you feel, what you see that they do to you. No, you are also accommodating certain matters. If you are in a situation where at this moment you are living in some type of disagreement or conflict with other people who did not manage to reach their ideal moment, right? Their situation of privilege, I think you should see if it is worth continuing to pay attention to the comments, to the behaviors, or to the ways of that person. Or not, because that can even be harming you in your performance, in what you have to demonstrate to those who have chosen you, or what you have to demonstrate according to what you have won, right? Because there are people there who I see are not being very satisfied that they have placed you in that place, right? But it is you ultimately who is there. You have to take care of an environment that can also be this offensive. You might find yourself in a rather mediocre environment, one that discusses matters it has no reason to address. Afterward, everything could turn around and collapse. Aquarius, due to a situation that you did not create. You must be careful with an environment that can be offensive. That is also why sometimes being on alert has to do with that, right? With watching our backs. There is something that is telling you yes or yes to not have even the slightest doubt that you are going to lose it. I mean, you are not going to lose it because you are very apprehensive about something that has to do with your stability, something you achieve, and that you are going to manage to continue controlling and taking care of. It has to do with your stability, as I told you, because there is a Four of Wands, right? Whether it is a life situation, like what it could be with a relationship, like a work situation that you have won, that you are going to win, or what could also be a matter of money or even housing or home, because you are going to be protecting that house, that place, that job, and that position. But also be prepared to give something of yourself, right? Because you are going to reach financial security. You are going to reach emotional security, but they are also going to be asking you to be flexible regarding also giving of yourself, sharing, lowering it a little bit, letting go of the control a little bit. Because sometimes also being in control all the time, right, does not generate much comfort either for you or for the person or the matter that you are controlling. And here there is a Four of Cups. You know that there is an opportunity that you cannot allow yourself to miss because the Four of Cups is a card that appears when one is in a situation like very contemplative regarding something and one is waiting for it and waiting for it and waiting for it. And you are sure because you are sure because you are sure. Besides, you have 3, 4, and 4. And 4 means stability in the tarot, right? Stability, security, confidence, strength, fortitude. But you are there, like in that matter, you are like very, very focused on that, right? Well, okay, that does not mean that it is not going to happen because you are already vibrating in your ideal moment for whatever it is. It means that we have to reevaluate if it is necessary to be putting the energy and the focus only on that. Maybe that more matters arise during these days that you have to meditate or contemplate the fact of, well, stepping out a little bit from that waiting or that contemplation of that which you specifically want and see what they may be offering you on the other side. You have now reached a privileged place, a superior position. Therefore, you have already conquered something that you truly wanted to achieve. There is surely something pending from a personal place that you are waiting for, which has a delay, doesn't it? Or is simply going through a specific process that you have to undergo. And the Four of Cups tells you, well, you can stay there sitting for your whole life. You can stay there sitting for your whole life waiting, or you can take this opportunity that surely is very convenient regarding what is happening to you now, because perhaps one should not continue insisting on this. Because for a reason, it did not happen at the time. Now is the ideal moment for what I told you previously. Contemplate a proposal that can take you a little bit out of what is the context you are living this day to day, that can take you out of the routine, that can take you out of what is expected as well. See what the angels tell us. Well, here Archangel Hope is talking to us. She comes to tell us that angelic assistance and spiritual support are being offered to you at this moment. The universe truly loves you and is walking right beside you, says the Archangel of Hope. She is here to fill your heart with deep faith, acting as a divine presence as all those dark or negative thoughts begin to dissolve away. She is working to alchemize and transform every single shred of that heavy fear and lingering confusion that you have been carrying within your spirit throughout these recent times. Trust in this process because you are being held, supported, and guided through every step of this journey as you find your way back to your own inner light. And I have no doubt that it will be that way, so let us trust and let us decree, Aquarius, so that this happens.